In efforts of making agriculture attractive in Zimbabwe, the youth desk in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Resettlement, under the guidance of the Chief Programs Coordinator, Mr. Nikros Kajenga, has embarked on a collaboration between the arts industry and the agricultural industry. We are talking of ways in which we can make agriculture and farming attractive to the youth, because it is indeed a lucrative business. Now, if you look at Sustainable Development Goal number 17, United Nations Vision 2030 agenda, it speaks of public-private partnerships, which is what we are witnessing today. We have the private sector coming to join hands with the public sector, which is the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Resettlement. We are seeing the launch of an album which speaks volumes to the youth, encouraging to youth to participate in agriculture, Kurima, Inaka. On that note, viewers, we are going to cross over to the podium where we are going to be seeing the various guests who have been invited to the launch of Kurima Inaka, the song that is going to motivate our youth to partake in agricultural activities here in Zimbabwe. Stay tuned.
So today, our youth generation has decided to keep up the heritage, singing about farming, encouraging everyone to farm in a song, or putting songs ahead as energizers. It is my great honor to officiate at this video launch, Kurima Inaka, a product of the youth which says it all in support of the national blueprints. That is the Vision 2030, the National Development Strategy 1, and in particular, the Agriculture and Food Systems Transformation Strategy. The government of Zimbabwe remains committed to support the agricultural sector to ensure its full recovery. And today, we are witnessing this through music and drama, as demonstrated by Mukoma Tatenda Pinjis and team. The government has since put in place a number of programs targeting the youths and women that are production-oriented to ensure the attainment of food and nutrition security for the nation. Arts will continue to play a critical role in the development discourse since the liberation struggle, where the audio and the visual senses were activated to manifest the power of song in a dramatical manner. Songs such as Murimi Munu by the late Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi, Wondoe Minda by the late Comrade Chinks, Rambai Makashinga by Comrade Tambaoga, Kutapira Kwaita Kurima by the late Comrade Andy Brown, among others, are some of the songs that have motivated farmers to become champions of the agricultural revolution. Today we are here for Kurima Inaka by Mukoma Tatenda Pinjis and team, which I am convinced will go a long way in the agricultural education, production, and mainstreaming of the youths in the sector. As a Department of Agricultural Education in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Resettlement, we fully support and thank the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, for his listening ear and for respecting the arts industry, leaving no one behind. Currently, we are witnessing international musicians such as Kofi Olomide informing the world about the beauty of Zimbabwe and our president through a song. The beauty of Zimbabwe also comes through the conga of hunger, kupurikidza nekurima. So we really appreciate the move at the right time. Ladies and gentlemen, Zimbabwe's economy is heavily dependent on agriculture, which contributes 15 to 20% to the GDP, 40% exports, and 60% of the raw materials utilized by the domestic manufacturing industry. At least 70% of the Zimbabwean population depends on agriculture for their livelihoods. The economy has well-developed downstream infrastructure for value addition of the agricultural products. We are grateful to young musicians for their diversity and their support towards agricultural information, transformation, effort, by the Second Republic. I am grateful to the Youth Desk for this approach to agricultural production, education, and motivation on the youth sector. I am confident that Vision 2030, whose thrust is to become an upper middle income economy by 2030, is achievable due to massive support and initiatives meant to boost agricultural production, productivity, and profitability with these collaborations as we are witnessing today. The Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Resettlement recently launched a new curriculum for agricultural education that speaks to the current industrial needs and expectations. The launch of Kurima Inaka resonates well with this transformational concept in the curriculum recently launched. Mkomata Tenda, we are moving together, we are moving as a nation, we are dovetailing each other. No one should be left behind. You may recall the government launched programs such as Command Agriculture, now called National Enhanced Agricultural Productivity Scheme, Command Livestock, Command Poultry, and Command Fisheries, among others. As the young people should take advantage of these programs and uplift our heritage, because you are our tomorrow. As it has happened today, as elders, we are really convincing that tomorrow is brighter. Tomorrow will come. I call upon the captains of industry, the agro-business community, corporate partners, and development partners to support and work with the youths and the ministry in various enterprises and other artists. Our government wants to develop a problem-solving youth generation, providing solutions to the many challenges facing the nation. With all this having been said and shared, I officially declare this agricultural jingle and album launched.
On that note, viewers, we're going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the second segment, where we are going to be doing a one-on-one with the guests as we'll be interviewing them and speaking on what motivated this event. Stay tuned. Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. Now, viewers, we encourage you to be a part of these conversations. Feel free to get in touch with me, the producer, Wadzanai Manyore, on 0772-807-506. Alternatively, you can like our Facebook page, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. You can leave your comments and suggestions on our YouTube channel, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. We are also now available on Twitter, and our Twitter handle there is at Agribusiness110. In this point in time, I am joined by Mr. Jotam Dondofema. He is the Acting Director in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Resettlement, the Department of Agriculture Education.
Yes, well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dondofema, for joining us today.
Most welcome.
Yes, you are in the Department of Agriculture Education. Your sentiments on this activity, on this day, what the youth have been doing, the launch of the album, what do you think?
I'm really happy that the album which was launched today resonates well with the establishment of the youth desks in various ministries. But I'm happy to let you know that the youth desk in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Resettlement, in the Department of Agricultural Education, being led by Comrade Nicholas Kanjengo, he has done most in terms of encompassing or embracing all the youth in cascading the agricultural message to all the people. So far, he has managed to collaborate and link well with other youths in the arts sector. And the element of arts can educate better because more senses are being drawn in now. We are looking at the visual aspect, the audio aspect. It was highly hammered by Kurima Inaka as it was launched today.
Yes.
Kurima Inaka, Naka, most people might not know. When we talk of Naka, we are talking of heritage. Someone has to own, someone has to belong, someone has to enjoy.
Yes.
So the youths are being taken on board so that they can participate in agriculture, they can contribute to the economy through them being entrepreneurs. They have to farm for a business purpose than just to farm for subsistence. So when we talk of Naka, our youths should embrace themselves in being they should enjoy
farming.
Naka.
Yes.
Through farming. We have been given the soil, and if we can utilize it through the use, there is sustainability and continuity. If we leave youths behind, we are going to face a head-on somewhere. So if youths are included in this way, in practice, in art as well, they are well embraced and no one is left behind, as also enunciated in NTS1.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dondofema. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you much, Wadza. I'm also happy for this event. I'm highly motivated because I want to be with youths. I want to assist them in being part of the future.
There you heard it, viewers. This was Mr. Dondofema saying that no one should be left behind, which speaks to the National Development Strategy 1 on including everyone, being inclusive as we pave way towards achieving Vision 2030 as a country. Thank you. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. At this point in time, I'm joined by Mr. Nikos Kajengo, the Chief Programs Coordinator in the Youth Desk of the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Resettlement right here in Zimbabwe. Mr. Kajengo, it's a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you very much. Good evening, listeners.
Yes, Mr. Kajengo, what inspired this event? We are launching the song Kurima Inaka, where we are saying we must motivate the youth in partaking in our agricultural activities because it is their heritage. What inspired this event or the song?
Thank you very much, my sister Wadza. The starting point is that there is a nexus that do exist between education, in particular, agricultural education and arts. You know, if you are talking about education or agricultural education, what do we mean? We are saying education, my sister, describes not merely what goes on in schools, no, rather it is the development of a person's character and abilities that goes on through life.
Okay.
Or else we can call it a special system of training. So now, as far as this kind of training or this approach to training, we are saying people understand, people learn through various ways. One of these is through either visual and of course audio. So we are saying we want to motivate young people, we want to train young people, we want them to take agriculture as a noble profession. As you are aware that agriculture actually it starts from primary production.
Yes.
Secondary, where we are talking of value addition, beneficiation, and of course, you know, also to be included is tertiary, which involves services like insurance, you know, among other services. So through arts, we feel it is should I say, it encourages more. We can actually learn from the liberation struggle, where the musicians had a role to play in terms of motivating our brothers, sisters, and the parents who went before us in order to liberate us, so that we are our own liberators and masters of our own destiny. The same at this moment when our country is facing a number of challenges caused by, say, illegal sanctions,
yes,
say climate change, say political, social or economic challenges happening as a result of external and internal, you know, issues. We feel there is a need to have another hand that speak to promote production and productivity, so that as we produce as a country in agriculture, obviously our industry will move. So that is why we have seen it worth and important to be part and parcel of this initiative, so that we attract more young people into the sector.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kajengo. As we round off, I want us to talk about the issue surrounding heritage. Most of our youth would come up and say, you know what, you are talking of Kurima Inaka, but I do not have land. I understand that if you look at the value chain, the agriculture agricultural value chain, it emanates from research, you go to production, you go to marketing, you go to consumption. What can you say to our youth there at home in terms of finding a fit along the value chain so that they participate in agriculture? It's not all about farming. You spoke of insurance, for example. Your word of advice, your sentiments, and your views and comments to the youth out there. We are saying, I don't have land, so how can I participate?
Thank you very much. That is why arts is here. They are part of the tertiary.
Yes.
They are part of service providers. So one can chip in. If you want to produce, if you want to be into primary production, of course, if you want to be into value addition, you know, if you want to be into tertiary, join. The empowerment trend is on, its own course is there. The doors are very open, wide, for all, irrespective of political, social, and economic spheres of life. All are here to be impressed, all are here to take agriculture as a noble profession.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kajengo. There you heard it, viewers. This is the Chief Programs Coordinator in the Youth Desk of the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement right here in Zimbabwe. He was saying the empowerment doors are open to everyone, regardless of your religion or political affiliation. Take advantage of that and utilize these opportunities for the betterment of our country. It was a pleasure having you with us today, Mr. Kajengo.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Zimbabwe. Thank you, listeners.
There you heard it, viewers. This was Mr. Nikros Kajengo. On that note, we are going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the third and final segment. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, viewers. We are in the third and final segment of your program, Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness, where we are here today at the launch of a song, Kurima Inaka, which is going to speak to our youth in terms of participating in the agricultural activities of our country as we pave way towards achieving Vision 2030 as a country. Now, at this point in time, we have taken the liberty of inviting the private sector. I am joined by Mr. Tatenda Brian Watambwa, the sales agronomist of Agri-Seeds in Mashonaland East. Mr. Watambwa, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Tewadza.
Yes. As I have alluded to earlier, if you look at Sustainable Development Goal number 17, United Nations Agenda Vision 2030, it speaks of public-private partnerships. And here you are as the private sector coming in to support the activities of the youth, to support the agricultural industry here in Zimbabwe. What are your sentiments? What are you going to do? How are you going to achieve, making agriculture lucrative and attractive to the youth here in Zimbabwe?
We are much in support with the government programs towards the youth, and as a company that wants to make profit, we are increasing our catchment area, we are increasing our buyers, since we are moving towards the youth, and the youth are the farmers of tomorrow. So yes, we need to work with those youths, and we need to educate them, we need to empower them, we also need to help them in conjunction with the ministries of government, the ministries that support youth. We will also come in and we support, and we know those are our buyers for tomorrow, is to increase the catchment area of our marketing towards our vision.
Thank you so much, Mr. Watambwa. Now we have issues in our economy surrounding food security. You work for a seed production house which produces the seed to produce maize, to produce our staple food. We are talking of food security, export growth, value addition. Your sentiments and your views are aligning it to the youth participation in agriculture.
Yes, we are much aligned with the youth participation in agriculture towards the youth desk, towards the Vision 2030 of our president, which actually works towards the youth, since, as I have said before, those are the farmers of tomorrow. Yes. So we need to catch them whilst they are still young. And as our policy, we want to grow with you. So we also want to grow with you. Our motto and the vision of our president is moving towards our goal as a company. Thank
you so much, Mr. Watambwa. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
All right, thank you, Tetewadzi.
Thank you. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. Today we are looking at Kurima Inaka, a song which was launched in line with youth participation in agriculture, where we are saying Kurima is heritage. Our land is our heritage. At this point in time, I am joined by Alan Chimbetu, the younger brother to the late Simon Chimbetu, a Liberation War hero. Now, it is a coincidence. The launch of this song has actually happened during the National Heroes holiday here in Zimbabwe. Alan, thank you for joining us today.
I thank you.
Yes. We are here at the launch of the song Kurima Inaka. You are an artist in Zimbabwe and you are participating in raising the morale in the youth that they should partake in agricultural activities. What are your views and comments when it comes to the arts collaborating with the agricultural industry?
First and foremost, we are sons and daughters of those who went to fight for the land. And today, it is this land that we talk about.
Yes.
And we also thank His Excellency Dr. Edie Mnangagwa for giving the youth a youth desk where we give our complaints there.
Yes.
Now we are talking about agriculture. This is what they fought for. They died for this land.
Yes.
And we are not going to beg forward to beg down for this land.
Yes.
So we are there. We will push on to get our land to get into agriculture.
Yes.
As much as we could do.
Yes, thank you so much, Alan. I want you to appeal to the other artists there at home in Zimbabwe in terms of participating in agriculture. I understand that they spend their time in studios singing, making music to entertain us, which is good. I listen to your music. Your word of advice when it comes to the artists collaborating and creating a balance, a nexus between their music and also farming part-time. What are your comments, your words of encouragement to them?
Of course, on that, I think, we are not all farmers.
Yes.
Yes, they can do music. Those that want to go into agriculture, they can come and the hands are open for the ministry. They will be given their share. But if they want to be in music, they can be in music as well.
Yes.
We need them to also motivate the
general population. Yes. Now, Alan, your music is listened to mainly also by the youth. There are the youth out there who look up to you as a role model. But some of the youth think that agriculture is a dirty profession where you spend time in the field looking dirty, not with all the swag. I'm like in your orange blazer. They'll be saying I'll always be in overalls. Agriculture is tiresome. Your word of advice in terms of not just looking at agriculture as a dirty profession or as an old man's profession. What can you say to the youth, especially in the urban areas here in Zimbabwe?
Agriculture is where we start. Without it, you cannot even eat anything. Everything starts from the ground, from the soil. That's why they fought for it. That's why we are here, because they did it for us.
Yes.
So we need to eat, everything comes from it. So we have to respect this.
As we round off our segment, Alan, karwiyo tiri panguva yekurangarira magamba vakatisunungura akadzosa ivhu kuvanhu vatema isusu vana vechitema. Ndiri kudawo karwiyo kaungambondoti maviewers edu ari kumba kekurangarira magamba, of course.
Tiri panguva yekurangarira magamba munguva ino yatiri. So, gungano ramaita iri
pane vamwe vasipo, mabiko amaita aya pane vamwe vasipo,
tatadza
kukanganwa isu, kukanganwa takoniwa.
So ati vakanganwa vakatishayikira vakashayika munguva idzodzo dzavairwisa Nyailand.
Thank you so much, Alan. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you so much, Wanza.
In the song of the late Simon Chopa Chimbetu, I was with Alan Chimbetu. He was saying, "Mabiko atiri kuita aya pane vamwe vasipo." I wish to encourage the youth in Zimbabwe to take agriculture as a formidable business and make opportunities for those that will come next. Farming with future generations in mind. We are talking of conservation agriculture. We are talking of finding a fit along the value chain. It's not just about production. You can get into research. You can get into processing. You can get into marketing. And of course, my personal favorite, consumption. From me, your host was Zanai Manyore. I'm also on Instagram. It's a W Manyore. And Mukoma Dani Daniel Muranganwa. Have yourselves a fabulous evening. Thank you for watching.
Here, right. This is Alan Chimbetu. But we are endorsing his video Kurima Inaka. Vechidiki ngati pinde mu Kurima.
Kurima Inaka. I endorse this video. Baba Pinches.
Press on Kuchinangwa. My name is Agatha Munyuzwa. I endorse this video. Kurima Inaka by Tatenda Pinches. Enjoy.
Simon Band is my name. I endorse this video. Kurima Inaka. Famba Pinches.
Makube Production. Aye,